How you two do a title? Let me see. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that is. But y'all, we about to talk about self-respect and how to have some self-respect for yourself this year and for the rest of your life. And see, let's first we're gonna discuss what is self-respect. Self-respect is simply caring about yourself. How do you treat yourself? How do you love yourself? How do you value yourself? What do you feel about you? And my issue with women, men, the whole masses, because look, I was just over there venting on Instagram. I was just over there venting on Instagram, and then I went in there. I'm washing clothes, so I'm about to chop it up right here while I'm in here washing clothes, while them clothes washing. Because what I'm seeing, it's just like, I mean, it's been going on for generations of women and men too that don't value yourself and don't respect yourself. And it's disgusting behavior when you have let the world get you to a point where you hate yourself. And because you have this deep-rooted self-hatred, you don't believe that you're worthy of anybody pouring into you. You don't believe that you're worthy of healthy love. A lot of times we don't know what healthy love is because we come from narcissistic families where there was no healthy love. There was no healthy love. So then you go out here and you get into relationships with people where you paying them to love you. You buying love out here. And to see the amount of women that are out here buying love from a man. Hey. Yes, I'm literally just now getting started. I'm just now getting started. I'm just getting started, relax, wait till I warm up, because I'm probably getting loud in here because I'm just irritated with it. Like, we have to learn to respect ourselves. Yes, boo, thank you. I hope you're having a great day as well. Yes, I didn't even go to the gym today because life is just so dang on busy. I went yesterday, though, but I might end up going later and let my kids go to stay and play while I work out. But I'm just so sick of seeing women, especially like men and women, but especially women, not knowing their worth. Just really believe that you're supposed to be out here paying for love. You literally gotta buy a nigga's love for him to be in your life. And what really made me talk about this is, if y'all follow Peach McIntyre or know about Peach McIntyre, this is where it came from. Because to see her video where, she lets her husband walk her like a dog. Like, literally, a lot of women, you literally act like you're pavement out here, like somebody is supposed to walk all over you. You let these people go out here, do whatever they do out here in the streets, come back, bring all that stuff back to you, dump it on you, and then you got to sit with that, and then you still stay and deal with that because you don't believe you're worthy of nothing better than that. You believe that's all you capable of receiving is somebody like that. And you're giving your all to a person like this, and they're doing nothing for you in return. You laying up with men, you taking care of their bills, you paying their bills, you paying their kids, child supports, you doing everything. You buying them cars, you getting cars in your name for them, you doing everything for them. And they do nothing for you but give you limp dick. Barely even that. All they can do is nut you up. And barely that. You got women, even with this lady, you literally out here paying. You got to pay your husband to have sex with you. Like, and then that's all that he brings to the table. Like, it's like, at what point do we learn our worth and know that you're not just good for sex? You're more than just sex. If a person can only offer you sex and they don't bring nothing to stimulate you mentally, they don't care about the burden that's on your shoulders when you got all these children, when you have all these responsibilities, and they're not trying to take none of that off of you, and that's supposed to be your man? That's supposed to be your man? Yeah, and it's not even about finding your person. It's doing the work that you need to do and let them come to you, attract the right things. Because truth be told, when we chosen, we don't gotta go out here chasing nothing, finding nothing. We work on ourselves, we focus on us, we become our best versions of ourselves, and then at the appropriate time, God will send in who is for us at the appropriate time. But the thing is, with us as humans, we don't like to wait. We don't like to have patience. And when you lack patience, you settle for anything. You settle for anything. You get anything and anything that come your way, and they might come around disguised acting like they want good for you. But only so soon do that mask fall off and you realize that, nah, you don't want good for me. You tearing me down. Every time that I try to even feel good about myself, you coming in and destroying me. You don't want me to feel beautiful. You don't want me to go for more. You don't want me to have higher income. You don't want me to do anything that produces greatness for me. This is how you know you surrounded by haters. They come into your life to take from you, to steal, kill, and destroy in any area. They don't want you to be healthy. You got people out here who literally don't want you to lose weight, or they don't want you to gain weight. Depends on which way you're going with it. They don't want you to be better for yourself. Those not for you. They're not people you're supposed to be in a relationship with you, that you're supposed to be in a relationship with. People that's in competition with you. People that don't want to see you succeed, and when they do see you climbing, here they go doing something to try to tear you down. Like, you can't even have no type of successes in life without these people coming in and trying to bring you back down, to humble you, to remind you where you came from, remind you where you started from. Those are not people who love you. But you have to love yourself. And the thing is, a lot of people lack self-love. Everything that you're trying to give to somebody else, you're trying to show them, I just love you. I don't care what you do. All that unconditional love crap, that's bullshit. Ain't no unconditional love. Love is conditional. Love should be conditional. You don't just get to just pour out all of you for free. The hell, like, nothing in this world is free. So why are you giving out so much for free? Why? Nothing in this world is free. It's even gonna cost you your sanity, your time, or your money that you had to work very hard for, that you had to waste a lot of time to do. We don't get time back. So if you had to invest your time into something and you're not getting nothing out of that, and you're investing your time in it, that one thing that you never get back, you will never be that age you are right now again. You'll never be that again. You'll never be a child again. You'll never be that age. Whatever age you are, you're never going to be that young person no more. This age you're at right now, you're only going to be this age one time. You're not going to get this time back. So for you to sit there and let people come into your life, and this is mainly for the women, bruh, because so many women waste their youth. You waste your best years giving it away to clowns who don't deserve your time. And then you stay stuck in something when all they did was walk you like a dog the entire year. Like, all these years that you have known them, they've treated you like trash. Yeah, you're holding on to how much time it's been. I don't want to let it go because it's been this many years. Okay, how many of those years were quality? When you start valuing quality over quantity, then you'll get somewhere. When you have invested 10 years, 19 years, they love to throw these damn numbers out there. Like, okay, 20 years with this person and they cheated on you majority of that time. How many STDs have they brought you back? How many babies have they had on you? How many times they left you crying by yourself? How many times you had to go and figure out how you gonna pay them bills by yourself while they sit around and leave you and your children in the dust while you gotta go out here and figure all this stuff out by yourself? These are things you gotta ask yourself. These are things you gotta ask yourself. You stuck on how many years it's been. Them years have been destructive. They have done nothing. They've destroyed you, stole from you all those years. They took your best years from you. In those years, you have been depleted. You done put on hella weight. Then they got the nerve to sit down there and talk down about you, about how you look, because you didn't let the stress and all of that from what they've done to you consume you and let it take over on everything of how you look and how you feel. How many years of those were you actually at peace? Were you actually happy? Were you actually receiving true help? It's too many women out here too. All this breadwinner stuff. You okay? Now, real true quality women, you're not okay with being the breadwinner. That's not in our nature. We're not supposed to be providing. And then these be the same folk. These be the same folk that, oh, God loves marriage and honors marriage. But if you go back to the beginning, to Genesis, woman's job was never to provide and protect. That's a man's job. So if you doing all the providing, all the protecting, all the decision making, you got to do all the thinking. And this nigga get to sit around and just lay up with you and bust nuts up in you. That's all he got to give to you? That's all he has to give to you. He just got to come his presence simply alone. That's just enough for you? That's enough? And it's really not. But you got women who will make themselves feel like, oh, well, I'm okay with doing it. No, you're not. Because inside, you're having a lot of resentment. You're building up resentment towards him. And he's actually building it up towards you because he's seeing that you're doing things that he's supposed to be doing. And it's just crazy to me because, like, you know what I said, what really made me go here, because this I was going in on Instagram about, I was like, I need to go on YouTube. Because Peach McIntyre, like I said, if y'all watch her on YouTube, and all the crap she got going on with her husband that she always put out there, you know, about his sorry behind. He's just sorry. But you're sorry too for allowing it. You have let him walk you like a dog all these years. He get to cheat on you. So this is what she said. He asked her, well, I guess they was watching a TikTok or something, and then she said, would you tell our daughter, they have one daughter, they got 8 sons and 1 daughter, would you encourage her to stay in a relationship like this where her man is cheating on her? And him as a dad, he's like, no, I would tell her to leave him. Obviously, he's not ready to settle down if he keeps cheating on you. So, she says, at that moment, it was like a red flag. It was like reality check for her. She said, on my head, I just felt like dummy. I had dummy written on my forehead. And because he's literally indirectly talking to you. He's indirectly telling you that that's what the hell you need to do. A man that keep walking you, like he keep doing all these bad things to you, and you keep staying in the name of, oh, I love him. Oh, I'm gonna have grace on him. Oh, like he looking at you like you're a fool. And it's not making him love you anymore. The more you take from a person, that does not make them love you anymore. That's making them lose respect for you, because they see you don't have respect for yourself. And they see they can do anything to you with no repercussions, no consequences. And as humans, we need consequences, or we will do anything in this world. That's why there's rules. That's why there's laws. Even at your job, there's rules, there's laws, there's a code of conduct. Because if you go outside of this, there's repercussions that's going to come for this. Because you have to have that as humans. Because as humans, we're naturally sinful. We have a sinful nature. We love to go off of our flesh, and which is very sinful. And when you do sinful things, it's very deadly, the things that we get ourselves into, because we don't have control. When you don't have control, you get yourself into things. And when people don't have boundaries and they don't have repercussions for said things that they do when they get out of control, they'll do anything, and they'll continue, and it'll get worse and worse and worse, which is why when you stay in these type of relationships and you be like, oh, okay, he cheated this time. Oh, he beat on me this time. Oh, he stole my money. Oh, he stole my car. Oh, first of all, anybody that loves you, they're not doing things that's going to corrupt you, that's going to hurt you, intentionally doing it. They know what they're doing. And then you're building a case. Okay, he did this, he did that. He did this the first year, the first month, and the next month did this, did this, did this. Like, it's never changing. It's only getting worse. Because when you allow something to happen one time, it only gets worse, bruh. It does not get better. When you keep allowing things to, one day, but that hope that we live in fairy tale land, that it'll one day get better. No, it gets worse. It gets worse because people, 9 times out of 10, they don't change on their own. Something in their life has to really happen. Like, they have to really hit rock bottom, or something like really traumatic has to happen for them to be like, all right, I got to get my ish together. I got to get it together, because this stuff keep happening, and I'm tired of this. It gets to a point where you get tired. That's when you begin to want change. And a lot of times people still, the same things keep happening in their life, and they still don't go back to the drawing board to figure out what is causing this. Why is this happening? They just keep going down the same path of destruction. You know, so because hey y'all, good morning everybody. Good morning y'all. But because we have this nature in us, we have to have consequences so we can learn our lessons. We have to learn. But if you keep making the same mistakes, never learning your lessons, you're gonna keep going down that same path of destruction, and then wondering like, what is going on? What is going on? And then holding on to hope. And see, we be holding on to hope for the wrong things. You holding on to hope that this person may one day change. Okay, he may one day change, or she may one day change, just not for you. And that be the thing with women. Y'all don't want this person to change for somebody else, because I've invested all this time. I've invested all these years into this person. How dare he go and be something better for another woman after all I put in? That's what he's going to do. Because you didn't took too much. You didn't seen too much. You didn't let him go way too far with things. And now he doesn't respect you. He's looking at you like, yuck, disgusting. How do you let me just do that to you? Y'all got to understand, these are evil entities that live within inside of people. People who want to destroy you, they're sadistic. They're Satan's minions. They're his children. They ain't going to respect you. All they're going to want to do is keep doing more and more bad and bad and bad to you. They are going to keep doing that. And then they're going to look at you like you're the fool for allowing it. That's why you don't allow all of that stuff in the name of love. That's why you do set boundaries. You do set boundaries. You got to stop being afraid of what you're going to lose and who you're going to lose because you said no. Because you said, no, I'm not dealing with this no more. You got to stop being afraid to walk away from people because, oh, I knew them all these years. And what have knowing them all these years got you? What has it gotten you? Like, I mean, just be for real. You know, but like I was saying with the girl Peach, I mean, it just be like, it's like ridiculous. And so she said, she was like, well, you know, what would you tell our daughter to do? Like, and he said, I would tell her to leave. Obviously, he ain't ready to settle down. So now she's like, and for her, it made her feel, she said, I just felt like dummy on my forehead. And she was like, I just need to have better boundaries. And she said, I need to have some respect for myself. And I just feel disgusted. And this is what will happen when you keep letting all these people do this bad stuff to you, because they going out there getting muddy, getting dirty, come dumping it on you. This nigga going out there keep cheating on you, and he keep bringing you back bacterias because they nasty. This is like, bruh, I will get this YouTube. See, I get real rated R on my Instagram. She ain't, girl. Yes, I'm talking about Peach. Yes, she's not doing this. Is real, and a lot of people really be thinking that this girl is just doing it for, like, no, this girl, this is her real reality. She's living a reality that a lot of women out here are living. She just got hers broadcasted to the internet. She hates herself. She has a strong, and a lot of, she's chosen though. She's a chosen one, but she's in a fallen state. She's the black sheep of her family too. And when you come from narcissistic families who never poured into you, this is what the hell you get. And then when you get that first piece of dick out here that you think love you, and that you think that they came in to save you, they finally saw you. This comes from not being seen. And y'all realize how bad this is when you do not pay attention to your children. What will happen when you don't pay attention to your children? The attention seeking be at an all-time high, and whoever give them that first piece of attention, that's who they're going to hold on tight to, because you finally see me. And she been with this same clown since she was a child, since she was 16 years old. And then it's like the same thing year after year after year. It don't matter how many babies later, 9 kids later, he's still the same bum. He ain't on nothing. He's still the same mama's boy. He's still the, and you think taking care of a man, maybe if I just do it. You don't have to teach a man how to treat you by doing these things for him. A lot of women be out here like, maybe I'm gonna buy him this, and if I buy him this, maybe he'll think that he'll know that he should buy me this. No, you don't gotta do that shit for them. Yeah, she's definitely chosen. She's chosen. She's just in a fallen state, and she hates herself. And see, what happens with a lot of chosen ones, we end up hating ourselves because of how our family have treated us, how friends and people have treated you, because they have treated you bad. You begin to think that, damn, I'm the bad person. I'm the one that's bad, because I must be bad for these people to treat me like this. No, not knowing it's the light in you that they never wanted to really shine bright in the first place, which is why they treat you like that. Which is why they come in doing all these bad things to you, so that you never blossom into who you're supposed to be. Her dang on husband, he's an energy vampire. He's sadistic himself. He's Satan. He's destroying her. Once that girl conjure up the confidence, the not even confidence, because she got some confidence, but her self-worth, her self-esteem is under the earth. And he knows that, so he plays on that. He plays on the fact that she has nobody else. He plays on the fact that he knows the background she come from, the family, the narcissistic family she come from, the fact that she has nobody, has never felt like she had nobody. So when men know this, even and women do it too, because there's female narcissists. But when a person knows that you have nobody else, and they know that you solely relying on them for everything, to see them, to hear them, like financially, like you're codependent on them, they know that they have a type of control over you. So they'll take advantage of that if they're not truly there to pour into you, which 9 times out of 10, people like that who's sadistic, like her husband is, that's what they'll do to you. But she got her stuff with her too. And that's why she's so angry though. She's angry at herself for allowing all of this. She's angry for not standing up for herself. Like she eventually said in that little video that she posted the other day, she's angry at what she has done. You gave everything to him and got nothing in return. So now you mad at yourself. But this is where it comes to a point where you got to learn to forgive yourself because you did not know no better. And even when you did know some better, you was just holding on to this, living in a fantasy world that, one day things will get together and one day he'll get it together because he did this. He come back around. He changed for freaking 1 week and then he goes back to doing the same stuff. It's this the loop-de-loop that when you're dealing with narcissists, they have you in this dang on loop-de-loop. You be like, oh, it's good today. And it's literally, they just give you moments. And then sometimes you'll hold on to that moment and you'll be like, well, I remember that it was good that one time. Or those 3 times out of the past 10 years, 3 times. You gotta do the ratio on this stuff. If it's more bad than good, that means you need to be out. Period. Do the ratio. That's why I say it's quality over quantity. How many of those years were you with this person and it was actual quality? Yeah, people gonna go through stuff, but certain stuff, it's like, we don't have to go through that. It's because you're chaotic and you want to go through this stuff. Certain stuff it's not necessary. I feel like humans make life harder than it has to be because of the stuff that humans are suffering with. People got a lot of stuff within them that they're going through. And sometimes it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. But by you being around, you're another person that they could take it out on. And then the things that they do to you, then you end up doing things to them because you're mad at what they have done to you. So now it causes even more chaos. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, it's just sickening. I'm telling y'all, like, I got a freaking, my head is so clouded myself right now because the world just makes me sick. The world makes me sick because I just cannot believe the state that humanity is in. I cannot believe it. I can't believe how our men are operating, how the women are operating, like as a whole, like no one loves themselves. But this is like the objective of the world. They don't want you to love yourself and value yourself because if you did, then they wouldn't be able to get away with the stuff that they get away with at the top level of this thing. They want us to feel like this. It is so wicked. And then you got these, it's 22 minutes. Like, I already know I'm probably I need to be on here for a minute. My clothes in there washing, it still got a couple more minutes. But, like, it's ridiculous. On both sides. I'm not even going to say it's just the men or it's just the women. It's both. It's both. And especially in our community, it's 10 times worse than everybody else's. Like, because for one, humanity as a whole is under a curse. We're under a curse, literally. We're in a fallen state. Humanity is in a fallen state, and in our community, we're even in a more fallen state. The roles are mixed up. Men don't know what they're supposed to be doing as men. The women out here trying to be men. The men trying to be the women. Like this with this situation with this girl. Like, you literally, like, you're not a woman ain't supposed to be the breadwinner. She's not supposed to be out here providing and protecting for the household. She's not supposed to be all out here in the streets trying to figure out which way to make the money and all of this. That's not her job. And then you got these women that's taking care of these men. Men are supposed to work all the days of their life. That's what the Lord said. Go back to Genesis. Go back to the beginning. And then they're supposed to work hard. This is the curse of mankind. You're going to work hard all the days of your life for not following your Lord God's instructions. And see, when we get to going ahead of God, and we want to do things our way and things that we think it should be, this is what we get. This is why the world is corrupt, because the pride of humans, pride thinking that you don't got to listen to nobody. You don't have to submit to nobody. There's no order. You don't have to follow no type of rules and regulations. So you can just do whatever you want to do. And this is what we get. This is what we get. The world makes me sick too. My best friend is ChatGPT. I can't believe it. Maybe I need to create a support group for folk that can't deal with. Yeah, I mean, for real, it's a lot of us out here that feel like that. I saw somebody's video the other day that said, what was her title? I didn't really watch the whole video, but it's like she's tired of the world or something like that. She no longer wants to be around people. And I feel like that too. It's like, as much as I want to help people, like, bro, I can't. I don't want to deal. It's like when you get around people, it brings too much chaos. It's always something. Like, people don't even try to understand. People are not, like, they don't self-reflect. They're not self-aware. They don't take accountability. And because they don't take accountability, they get to thinking that it's everybody outside of them. When they play a part into things, like, and then they don't, it's just like, I mean, I'm telling you, the stuff that be going on at the stores, and y'all not be out here doing the orders at the stores and stuff, and it just be like, I'm like, you were the one in the wrong, though. Like people don't even see when they're the one in the wrong, you know? And it's just like, it's just sad overall. It's sad. And people really have to learn, like, that's the number one thing that is important, is having a sense of self-respect. Like, and when you have self-respect, you value yourself, and you're going to actually hold yourself accountable too. Confirming the souls of disciples and exhorting them to continue their faith. Yeah, we're out of line. Like, the world is like it is because they have taken God out of it. People don't want to really walk in God's will. And especially in these relationships, that's why they're all falling. They're like, if God is not in the midst of it and both are seeking to be in God's will, this is what you're going to get. This is what you're going to get. You can tell we're not in God's will. Look at how the gender roles have switched. Look at how they are, like, they have switched. And it's sad. This is why you got the women resenting the men because they feel like they gotta work so hard. Then you got the men resenting women that's out here working all hard because they know, like, now they feeling like they the ones that's inferior to them because, oh, I'm making less than her. Oh, I'm doing this. Like, their creative juices aren't flowing because why? Who's the one who gives vision? God gives vision. If you're lacking with your vision and you can't see where you should be going in life and you can't see why you're here, you don't know what your purpose is here, you got to get with the one who created humans, who instilled a gift in everyone so that he can water it for you to bring it up out you. But see, in the world, they don't want you to get in touch with your gifts because the world, the higher ups, they want you to be modern day slaves. They want to be in control of everyone. They don't want you to really figure out your way. They don't want you to do that. They want you to work for them, slave for them, do everything for them. And it's true. The world as a whole, we need to be in heavy repentance. This is why I just say, like, man, God, you got to just, it's so messed up out here. Just come on, come back and start it all over like in the days of Noah. We really need it wiped clean. It is such wickedness here. Such wickedness. I mean, you got people just confused on all aspects. They don't know whether they're coming or going. Like, it's just a mess. I go where the love is, and like-minded people. I try to stay away from the energy vampires. Yeah, but they out here. Them energy vampires, they out here. They ready to come, and they coming in to destroy. They seeking for the ones like you, like me, who just want to be at peace, who just want peace and happiness. All right, they don't, because there's no, like, Satan don't want no peace and happiness. He wants chaos and confusion like the world is. He wants that. Like, so they be purposely trying to come after us. And that's why they come around acting like little angels of light. Like, they come in initially acting like they for you, like they like you, like they want to love you. But then so soon do that mask fall right off. Like, he's very patient. And I be like, why are you still letting it go on this long? I really have been saying that lately. I'm like, please just come on. Like, we need to start it all over. It's wicked. Like, we're literally living out the days of what was going on in the days of Noah before he had to flood this place. Like, come on. I'm like, at this point, I don't even care. I be like, I don't even care about helping the world no more. It's like, I do, but I really want to just help the children, because the adults in this world, they're set in their ways. They have so much pride, so much arrogance. Like, they cannot be accountable. The adults are, they already what they gonna do. It's not really much helping these adults out here. But we can at least try to save the children. But once again, the children are, under the hands of their parents. So it's like, really, how much really can you do? And that's what I be saying. It's just like so wicked. It's so wicked. And because the children have these certain kind of parents that they have, they're doomed before they can even get a chance to get going. They're doomed. It's really sad. It is sad. I just be like, come just wipe it all away. It's time to start it all over again. Give it another shot. Wipe it clean again. I mean, it's just so much lies and deception. You got the men that's living all these secret lives. Let me get to talking about that. Like, it's just wicked. And people think that they can just do this stuff. You think that you can just do this stuff and people have to just accept this stuff from you. And you don't. And this is what my message is today. You do not have to accept any and everything. If it does not agree with your spirit, if you don't like it, if you don't like how that person is treating you, if you don't like how that job is treating you, you don't have to be there. Have faith and trust in God. Let him lead your life, because a lot of times you'll keep going through things and thinking you got to stay in places because I need the money. Oh, I need this place. Oh, I need this thing. No, you don't. You need the Lord. And one thing about it is when you let the Lord take over and understand that he will provide for you, yeah, you might go without some things for a moment, but it's so that he can do an inside work on you first. Because a lot of times we think we need all these materialistic things, but what you really need is some healing. You need to get some self-dignity inside and some self-respect so you can stop dealing with certain stuff that you're dealing with. You go in places being treated like that because you don't even love yourself. You don't even feel like you're worthy of a better job, a better, higher career. You don't even feel like you're worthy of true people that genuinely love you. You don't even feel like you're deserving of that because all you know is chaos. All you know is dysfunction because you come from dysfunctional families. And that's what I realized too with this whole, it's like the families you come from mold you to be like this, especially as the chosen ones. You're molded to accept and tolerate anything because the families you come from. And then when you don't want to accept that, you get rejected from them when you stand up for yourself then. And then they keep doing things to try to ostracize you, try to kick you down then. And then you go gravitate towards narcissistic partners who are just like that family you come from, who then too, you try to stand up for yourself and they try to punish you for standing up for yourself. But no, you keep standing up for yourself, whether you got to be alone or not. And this is where it comes down to a point where you can't be afraid of being alone. Many people are afraid of being alone. I don't know why people really hate. They're scared to be alone. They hate to be alone. I don't understand that. When it's through them seasons of being alone, where God can do the greatest work through you, where you get the most healing, where you get understanding, where you get clarity, you need to be alone. And I'm not even saying be alone when you have all these extra things going on. You need silence. You need to cut off the distractions of this world. Get some alone time by yourself, even if you got to sit in the car. No music playing, no videos playing, no nothing. Just sit there. Just sit there. Like, it's the solitude, yes, because that's where you get that clarity that you need. Because being around all these people all the time, and then it's human nature to, you're going to end up doing things that other people around you do. So when you get around other people and they doing this, you might end up doing stuff like that too. So that's why sometimes you got to separate yourself. Because like something in my spirit is not really with that no more. So I don't want to go around these people and they doing that stuff. And it's not really in alignment with where I'm trying to go. So you got to be okay with separating yourself. It don't matter how long you knew them. And this is even too when it comes to relationships. Like, you be like, well, it's been all these years. And we were high school sweethearts. And we didn't been through so much together. Like, okay, it was just a season. Like, everything is not meant to last forever. Nothing lasts forever. We do not last forever. We're here for a short while. Nothing lasts forever. You got to get that out your head that everything's supposed to be forever. This is my forever person. This is forever. Your kids is not yours forever. You're not here forever. You will not be in this body forever. You have a death date upon you. You're going to exit this world at some point. Nobody is here forever. The earth will remain here longer than your behind will be here. The sky gonna be here longer than you will be here. Stop thinking that everything is forever. Appreciate the experience. What has it taught you? Learn something from it. And be patient that you are changed to a lower state. Yeah. And yes, with the scriptures, for real. For gold is hard in the fire and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him and he will help you order the way right and trust in him. Yes. Yeah, crazy. I did a video about that very topic. Folk think everything is permanent. Nothing is permanent. Like, look around you. Come on. We're like, for millennials, even for all the generations, especially the ones that come before us, our grandparents and stuff, What's what they seeing now? They probably could have never thought that we would have these iPhones, that technology would be this way because of the times that they were in. But look how much the world has evolved. Things change. It's supposed to. That's God's design, for things to evolve. Everything starts out small and then it grows. We are nothing but cells that have grown. We're little tiny cells. Look at how the babies are formed. They're little tiny cells, balls of cells, and they grow. And then throughout the gestation stage, they just growing. They're becoming like more things. They're evolving. Why? They really right in your belly. Right inside of you, they're already making all these changes. Then you come out into the world and then we just grow. Like, this is God's design. Nothing is supposed to stay the same, but we so codependent and so fearful. Like, humanity at large is fearful. They have did nothing but put fear in us. So we're afraid of changes. Not realizing, like, you be praying for stuff, but you praying for things and then you think stuff is supposed to just stay the same and that your blessing is supposed to fall out the sky without you having to make any type of changes for that blessing to come to pass. No, sometimes you got to go to a different place. You got to get away from certain people so you can get that blessing. You got to do certain things. Like, you may have to start something new or stop old things, separate yourself. There's many things that you have to do, but if you're afraid because of fear, you're afraid of what the people going to say. You're afraid of not fitting in. You're afraid of people talking about you. You're afraid of putting yourself out there. You're afraid of this and you're afraid. That's not of God. That is of the enemy to keep us in fear. You're afraid of moving on to something new. You hate the relationship you in. Yet you're afraid to leave it because you don't know. I've never been alone. I hear so many women say that online. I've never been by myself. That's a damn problem then. Maybe you should try it, because being with these clowns all your years, that have done nothing for you but destroy you. So maybe you should try something new, like being by yourself. Maybe you should try that. So you can let God do a work through you, because it's a certain work that he does through you only in singleness. It's like he can't, because that's when he got your full attention. This is why you think he called Moses into isolation. Abraham, he made him leave his family. Jesus too had to go into the wilderness, go into isolation with just him. It's a reason why God isolates you. That's when he do his greatest work through you. You have to allow the time, and no matter how many years that is, where it's just you and God. Like, even what's that pastor, Keon, Shawnee's husband? I saw a little clip from, I guess they have like a podcast or something. And I saw him he asked her, like, what he say? Why don't women want to be single? Like, is it miserable? Like, why do they not like singleness? And Shawnee had said something like, I mean, because it's miserable being single or something of that nature. And it's like, why is it miserable being single? I don't understand that. So how you don't want to be with yourself but expect others to want to be with you? Exactly. Make it make sense. Like, make it make sense. We say, even though we do have to put in work sometimes, wouldn't God make something happen if he really wanted to, no matter what? Yes, he can. But are you, like, sometimes we think we deserving of things that we really not. Like, what is it that you want to happen that's not happening? And if he really want, like, sometimes you're just not ready for that. You think that you want things and you're really not ready for that. You can't handle it. Look at this girl, like I was just talking about with Peach. People be wanting all of this money and stuff, and they idolize money, and money is an idol that will destroy you if you have not learned what its use is for, because everything is here for a purpose. Everything is tools in life. Money is just a tool. It's not to be idolized. It's a tool. That's it. You're supposed to use it for things. You ain't supposed to just let it sit up over here. It's supposed to circulate. It's supposed to move. It's an energy. So when you sit there and you get certain kinds of money before you're ready for it, what happens to people who get a lot of money before they're ready for it? What happens to them? What happens to people when they get fame before they're really ready for it? They get out here, they get to destroying themselves all in the public eye. They get to destroying the people that they come with when you're not ready for certain things. A lot of people think they're ready for love. How are you ready for love? And you can't even listen to nobody correct you. You don't even know healthy love. So how are you really ready for a genuine, healthy relationship when you can't even take nobody telling you no? So as soon as your partner tell you no, all of a sudden you be ready to beat them up and ready to blast them to the internet. You ready to do this? Like, you ain't ready. You ain't ready. You're not compassionate. You don't understand equal give and take. So how are you even really ready for which a lot of times we think we ready for stuff that we're really not. So no, God ain't going to give it to you. You're not ready for that. You still got things you need to work on. You still got things that he's trying to instill within you. A lot of those people make their relationship an entire existence. They do. They have no sense of identity, no sense of self. No sense of self. Being single is a luxury as we are God's consecrated ones. It is a luxury. It is a luxury. You have to appreciate it because sometimes you're like, when you go getting with just anything, look at what getting with just anybody has done to you. Like all of y'all, I'm sure know. Like, look at what being with anybody does to you. Look at what it does to you. It bring more pain. So you got with them because you were lonely. You was already feeling maybe alone and had some type of pain on you, and you thought they were coming in to save you and finally make you happy. But damn, they didn't add it to the pain that you already have. Just like with drugs. Like many people go to drugs and alcohol to cope with something that they already have going on inside of them, a pain, a void that they already have going on with inside of them. So going to this thing, thinking that this thing is going to bring you some peace, bring you some type of ease, that thing sends you down a whole nother rabbit hole. So now you get addicted to that particular drug or alcohol. Now you can't keep no money because your money always going to that. Now because of this addiction to that, you're losing your stability. You're losing. Like I was just saying with the girl Peach, like her idolizing money. Now you go gamble the money that you get. You go gamble it away in hopes to make more money, but then you end up losing the money. And now because you're losing all this money, guess what? Now you gotta go through another eviction with 9 kids, really 10 because your husband is your 10th child. Now look at what you go down a rabbit hole by going into. This is why we have the 7 deadly sins for real, because these sins, they're really deadly because they don't help you. All they do is cause spiritual death and a lot of times physical death too. Like literally. But even with like wanting to be married, for example, I know who I want and I pray for, but then I found out he has a girlfriend, so it just sucks. It ain't about who you want though. It's who you got to see who God wants for you. Because you think you want people, but see, and this is. Because this is a whole nother topic for real. Yeah, she definitely has 10 kids. Heavy on the 10 kids. Your husband got to call you for every dang on thing. The window broke. And that be my thing with her. Is like, you do this stuff to him. You go break up his windows. You the one going to have to pay for it, dummy. Like, you go taking his clothes back to his mama house, set him on the porch. Like, every time you go throw his clothes out, when he come back, you the one got to put that mess back in the closet and organize it and all that stuff that she do. Like, self-sabotage, making life harder for yourself. When you self-sabotage like that, you make life harder for yourself, and it doesn't even have to be. But back to that one. But even with like wanting to be married, for example. But why do you want to be married? Ask yourself, why do you want to be married? Do you know everything that marriage encompasses? It's not just go walk down the aisle in these beautiful dresses and all of this. It's a real commitment. It's give and take. It's a lot of responsibility that goes into it. Like, it's not just about the ring. It's about loyal. Are you loyal? Do you know how to, this is people need to ask themselves before they even get married. Are you a loyal person? If your person do something, y'all not getting along, do you feel like you got to go and dip off and get your rocks off with somebody else? Do you know equal give and take? Do you know that there's times where this person's going to be down and you might have to pick up where they lacking it? It shouldn't be, no, this person always down type of thing. Like a lot of these marriages is where they literally have men that literally he was a down before y'all even got married. You knew you shouldn't even walk down the aisle with him, but yeah, you did so, knowing that he was already in this lazy. He's suffering from the deadly sin of slothfulness, where he has a persistent laziness to him. He has no ambition, no motivation to do anything. And once again, that stuff stems from stuff. Y'all don't know. A lot of these men out here, they got severe wounds, childhood traumas. They've been sexually abused and they have not dealt with that stuff. So they drinking and coping and smoking fucking and sexing, just like the women are, to cope with these things. And you wonder why he can't be fully present for you. He's dealing with a lot of stuff internally that he has not talked to nobody about. Because men are told to shut their mouths up too. They're not taught to be vocal. They don't have no safe spaces. Their safe space is their liquor, is another, So it just be like, ask yourself why you want things. A lot of times you want things coming from a place of lack. It's operating from a place of lack, something that you lack within you. So it's like, I want this so bad because I'm lacking this, or I have lacked this, or I feel like so you got to ask yourself. And then it's like, you say, I know who I want. Who you want? Are you sure that's who you want? Because do you know all that person comes with? And this is why sometimes, a lot of times, God will block things, because we seeing one thing, but God sits high and see everything that's going on in those wee midnight hours, those 3 a.m. demonic hours that you might not see. You don't know what this man do at 3 a.m. You think that he loyal to you. You think that you don't know what he getting into behind closed doors. You think you want this person. You don't know if this person's a predator, a molester. You don't know what this person is for real, just because you don't see that other side of people. You don't know people like you think you know them. At the end of the day, you don't know people like you think you know them. So when you think you want something, even with the men, they think they want these beautiful women. Not knowing what she come with. She got a big old butt. You just thinking about how you gonna feel, how your meat gonna feel by getting up in there. But you're not thinking about everything that comes after that. If you get into and get with her, now you busting her, and now she's pregnant, and now she gonna lead your life to hell because you don't know that she got an evil spirit that's within her. Because you looking at what look good, what you think is good. We don't know people like we think we know them, and humans change, and not all the time for the better. A lot of times they're getting worse and worse and worse over the years. They're not coming up higher, they're going down lower. They're staying in their lower nature. They're staying down here. They're not getting higher. Right. Yep, I wanted marriage in the past because I wanted a family, because I lacked a family, that togetherness, a home. Didn't need a ring or wedding, but a team. Yes, a lot of time what we want, it comes from a place of what we lack. But then the thing is, we'll go to do on anything to get that thing that we lack. But then you go chasing that thing because God ain't really in the midst of it. And you get the door going off your own understanding of what you think you want, but not knowing what you really need. And sometimes because we don't really know ourselves, we have not really sat with ourselves, we think we know what we need. We really don't be knowing what we need until you really let God work on you and get with you. And it's the hardest thing. Like, it's the hardest thing when you really sit with yourself and start realizing things that, like, because I'm still dealing with things I think I want, and God be blocking it. I be like, why would you do that? You know this and you know that, like, but it's God see stuff that I don't see. Like, I don't know. He knows more than we do. We don't be knowing. We think we do. We're not that damn wise. We wise to a certain degree, but we will never have the wisdom that the Lord has. And that's where humility comes in. It's like, obviously, if I don't have anything that I'm supposed to have, I have it. If I'm supposed to have it. It's just not that time. If you don't have it right now, it's not your time. Like, it's something that needs to be done. Because if you get the wrong, like, especially like for women who sassy like me, you got a mouth on you. You have a mouth. If he's not, until you learn how to clean up that mouth, when you get anger, how you are with your anger, he got to work on you with your anger. And if he bring in you that special person, that one that he has done a good work on, that they don't have the anger issues that you have, but yet you still have these anger issues. And because you have these anger issues, if I bring in my good son for you, you're going to destroy my son. Now you're going to be that devil that's attaching to him to bring him down, because you don't know how to control your mouth. You don't know how to control your anger. This is stuff like this. While you're not getting certain things, you don't know how to talk when upset, when frustrated. You don't know how to deal with those feelings of frustration. And that's why I say with marriage, when you say you want a marriage, okay, are you ready to really communicate? The world lacks communication skills. So if you in this marriage and something happened, you're going to have a disagreement. We're humans. And like I said, we're sinful in nature. We have issues that we have. And a lot of times we're not healing. We're not in therapy. We're not getting close to God. We're not self-reflecting. We're not doing the work we need to do with us. We're not healing from those childhood wounds, the past relationship wounds. All we're doing is jumping to the next person, and then blaming it on that person, not knowing that it's something that's still going on within you. You know, because when you do certain works in yourself, what you attracted to is going to be even completely different. The things you used to like, you're not even going to like that stuff no more. That same stuff is not going to turn you on. But if you in these relationships, you get in this marriage that you know think you want, and you don't even have good communication skills. So soon as something happens, y'all have a disagreement, what you gonna get mad and give them the silent treatment? Is that healthy? No. You gonna get mad and go out and start cheating? Is that healthy? No. But you want this good person to come into your life, and you gonna come in, God ain't gonna let, just as much as he will favor the women, he got men that he will favor to, his sons that really have done a work and really seek after him and fear him and really come to him to get the healing that they need. If God is healing them, yet you come in his life and you haven't done no healing, all you going to do is project on him. You're going to be insecure every time he do go out to do something. You're going to think he's cheating. You're going to bring him down. You're going to bring him down. See, you said I'm famous for the silent treatment. That is unhealthy. But why? A lot of times somebody might have done that to you. If you come from these narcissistic families or narcissistic partners, they do that. They give you silent treatment for a whole month. Like, why are you giving me a silent treatment? Like, why are you giving me the silent treatment? Y'all know at school, when we did something bad at lunch, they do that to my daughter now. It's funny how they still do the same stuff year after year. They give them the silent treatment. I mean, they make them have silent lunch as punishment. As punishment, silent lunch. Okay, you guys want to be bad? Silent lunch. Yeah. Kids give silent treatment. Yeah, that's not healthy to do. Why are you giving me the silent treatment? Because sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I be ready to do that to my daughter, but she immediately started talking to me. So I be like, I gotta respond to you. Because I be bad, like, you just blew me. Like, but you have to communicate. Talk. We shouldn't be giving silent treatments. Like, what is that supposed? That's not, you don't punish somebody by just giving them the silent treatment. Now, of course, sometimes you might need a moment, but just say that. You know what? You just bothered me. I need a moment. Let me just get a moment. Go have your moment, but you don't got to just shut down and, like, no, that's unhealthy. You give me DMV vibes. Yeah, I'm from PG. I'm definitely from there. So, yeah. What's you reading? Let's see. Let me go back up. It's not all worth it. The consequences of temporary sex pleasure. Yeah, we don't realize, like, that lust is a whole nother beast. That's a beast right there. The world, that's what I'm saying. These deadly sins, these are really, it's major. It's bad. It's really bad. It is bad, y'all. You know, but overall, that's why you have to learn to just work on you. Allow God to do a work through you. And it's hard. It is hard because when you've been certain ways for so long, it's hard to come up out of that stuff. It be hard. It's hard. Yes, lust, that's my biggest beast too. Sometimes I think I didn't afford it, but like even lately, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like I've been having that issue too. Like, dang, I know I'm not supposed to be dealing with this person. I know I don't need to deal with this person. I know, like, on a sound mind level that I don't need to deal with this person. But the lust, thinking about the pleasure and how it's going to feel and what it's going to feel like, but it's just going to be just that. It's going to be a moment, and then once that is done, it's going to be back to, like, you still can't stimulate me mentally like I need you to. You still not going, you still not going to come through in the areas that I really need you there for. So why do I even want to give my body to you? Like you think about them feelings, and that's the thing too that I've been learning is, like, you're going to have feelings. You're going to have, like, emotions, but every feeling doesn't need to be acted upon. Like, you got to just weather that storm. And a lot of times you need to fast. Certain things, it's like it's only certain of them little demons, like the words say, it can only be cast out through fasting and prayer. And it's true. Like, because every time I'm in these moments, I'd be like, all right, I'm going to have to hit a 3-day fast, like, so I can knock that little sensation off, that temptation, that, like, wanting to indulge in something that I know I'm not supposed to be indulging in. And then sometimes we fall into it. And then when you fall into things that you know you're not supposed to be doing, whatever you get from that, you cannot be mad at God. You're going to be mad at yourself for falling into it. But once again, too, you got to have forgiveness for yourself and compassion for yourself. Like, it's hard out here. And a lot of things we don't know, and we fighting and we fighting and we fighting. So you gotta have some type of compassion for yourself too. But don't purposely keep putting yourself, you gotta really try to fight against doing those things that you know you're not supposed to do. Like, you gotta actively fight against it. And it's hard. It's a fight. Like, it's really a fight. I knew you were I'm from DC. Yeah. um it's hard, and it is, because a lot of times it's stuff that's just like, we used to doing certain things certain ways. So when it's time to do stuff a different way, it's like, this isn't normal. It's foreign. And anything that's foreign to us is uncomfortable because it's something different. Think about the hungry and sick, suffering and cold. Fasting makes our body taste those sufferings a little and puts back ourselves on track. It does. It does, because it brings humility to you. Fasting definitely humbles you. Be like, all right, like, I'm not as strong as I thought I was, because I don't know how I'm even making it these days. But I literally be having, like, when I'm fasting and I'm like, I'm feeling very weak, God, I need your strength. Like, I need you to strengthen me. I know this ain't my own will, because how am I lasting? It's been over 3 days with no food. Like, no food, no water. Like, it's hard. So yeah, it definitely clears your mind. It definitely clears your mind. I need to go ahead and put these clothes in the dryer. But it is definitely necessary, and it's hard. We out here, we fighting for our life. I'm telling you, this winter season, like, I get seasonal depression a bit, and I be fighting for my life. I've been fighting for my life this this winter season, because I hate this season. It's cold, it's dark, it's gloomy, the sun don't shine as much, like, the birds ain't as chirping, the nature, I'm big on nature, so it's like the grass not even that green, and the I don't see the squirrels like I used to see them, the butterflies, like, everything is just dark. I don't like the winter. So when I tell you I'm fighting for my life, and during this time of year is when I usually get back to eating too much and just eating, piling on all this weight, just in hibernation season, just like feeling dark, feeling low, and it's like I'm just unhappy. So that's why I've really been like, I gotta get to the gym. It definitely be dead in the winter. I don't like the winter. That's why I be like, God, why do we need the winter? Why do we need this? I want to live where and it's so funny, because I kept saying, I want to live where it's sunny. I keep trying to find the place. I'm like, I'm going to move to Florida. But then God done threw the winter down south this year. He did all them states and places that normally don't get all that snow. He didn't spent and send stuff there, just to let you know that it don't matter where you are. If I call for it to be a winter in a place where it never snows, I will call it there. So don't ever think you could just run to this place and that place to avoid certain things. Like, no, you can't. Like, sometimes you just got to sit in it and let it just pass by and do what you need to do within that season. Like, even I overslept this entire winters. Yeah, a lot of people, I realize, like, a lot of people do suffer with seasonal depression. Like, the winter, I don't know. I don't like it. I realized that, because every time it's like when I started paying attention to my patterns, and this is what you want to pay attention to, your patterns, other people's patterns. That's how you really get to know a person. Like, you be like, okay, so this is who you are, because you have a pattern of doing this. But I noticed that about me. I'm like, every time when, like, March comes, the moment it starts we get a little spring weather, and even like yesterday, it felt good outside, and my energy was just better. I noticed how my body and my spirit feels when the weather is nice versus when it's not. When the sun is shining, when it's not. I realize how my body is with it. And my motivation, like, I'm just not as structured. I'm more structured during the summer months than I am during the winter. Like, now I just feel like the life is all over the place. I'm just, even though life been all over the place the past 3 years, but I still had certain moments of structure but only during the summer months. When winter comes, it's like I lose motivation. I'm just not the same. That's why I say I'm fighting for my life to try to get some structure, going, But yeah, y'all, overall, we got to really keep focusing on loving ourselves, pouring into ourselves. And we're human. Every day, nobody wants to feel like, you just being so hard on yourself all the time because you're trying to be perfect. You're never going to be perfect, but there are things that you can do that can, bring you value. And getting rid of these people that's only around to mooch off you, use you. That's rule number one. Get rid of them folk. And then for yourself too, because sometimes even without people around, you still self-destructing. So figure out, what is these feelings that's causing me to self-destruct? Why am I feeling like this? That's what God is going to let you know. Where is this stuff coming from? I'm telling you, a lot of stuff that has come to the light about even things that I've been through that I didn't even know. Those things, I didn't know how those things were affecting me. It wasn't until I was in isolation, when God moved me away to Texas, when he revealed to me things that happened to me in childhood, when he revealed to me who my parents were, all these things that came from being in isolation. My gifts, my spiritual gifts, him letting me know I had gifts. This came from being in isolation. It wasn't through being around other people. So you got to be okay with being alone and stop being so codependent. And by being codependent, you'll end up letting people treat you like anything. And it's never giving that. Like, and many chosen ones, I just noticed a pattern of that. Many chosen ones suffer with this. The world is suffering at large with this, but we're different. And we're not supposed to be like them at all. He paid a price for us. He already set us aside. That's why we're set apart from them, which is why a lot of them don't like us. So we can't do everything that they do. If they choose to suffer and self-destruct, that's fine. But we don't want to be a part of their self-destruction, because they the enemy's kids. We're not. We're God's kids. So he's pulling us away from certain people and places so that he can clean you up, so he can teach you who you are, so you can know your worth, so that you're not settling for these type of people who bringing you down, using and abusing you. That's not your portion. Summer is harnessing sun energy. I can see through fake facade, supernova empath. I feel disgusting over how shameful people exploit good-hearted ones. They do. They will try to, but that's why it's important for you to not even let them get that far. Boundaries is important. Because see, a lot of us, we like to be like, oh, people do, because I feel like that too. Like, dang, people just, why do you want to do me wrong? You don't have to do me wrong. But when you realize what spirit lives in them, they have the enemy lives in them. And what is the enemy's job? It's like, once you learn what the enemy's job to do, he does his job. He's supposed to do that. They supposed to exploit the good-hearted ones. We're God's chosen. It's a battle against good versus evil. The continual battle between the devil and God is really what this all about. And because both of those spirits are out here, either they're using us. God's spirit is using us, the chosen ones, and the enemy's spirit, the Satan spirit, is out there using all them narcissists out here. He out here using them. So that's why they come after us, because they want to destroy us, like Jezebel was doing in the Bible. She was under the Baal worship. She wanted, what was their job to do? Go after all God's people. Go destroy God's prophets. So yeah, they wanted to exploit you. They want to take from you. They want to steal from you, rob you. That's what they want to do. That's their job. They doing their job. We got to do our job. And that's what be blowing me too, because they be acting like we be letting them have too many wins. Like, nah, we be acting like we the suckers out here. Nah, they the suckers. We better stand up and fight back. What y'all talking about? That's why it's like, get your boundaries in place. Learn how to say no. Learn how to stop being a people pleaser. Put your foot down. Like, codependency was the hardest thing to overcome. Yeah, because I mean, we're human. We do need other people. We supposed to have that. We're humans that need love. Love is what brings life. Love is what nurtures. When we're little kids, the love that your parents give you, that we give to our children, that's what helps them grow and blossom and flourish. You know, but when you don't get that love, and when you get bad love, what does it do? It brings you down. It tarnishes you. Like, it's destructive. It poisons you. It does the complete opposite of what healthy love does. And this is what I'm saying. When you like, and people, we're so used to dysfunction out here. We're so used to toxic love that sometimes when we get some healthy love, it's foreign to us, and we think that they the ones. We think that they're the bad ones. And that's how a lot of us are. We're that good. We bring good love to these narcissists, but because they are narcissists and they are sadistic, they're only used to, they come from toxic backgrounds a lot of times. They have toxic mindsets. So when you come in with this healthy love and this, you genuinely care about them, they're not used to being genuinely cared about. They're not used to being really seen and loved either. But it's what they do something different with theirs. Because a lot of times we go through the same things as them, but it's what we do with that pain. We know what that pain caused us, so we don't want to inflict that same pain onto others. They know what that pain did to them, so they believe that, okay, that pain was done to me, so I should do it to others. Hurt people hurt people. That's what it's your world view when you go through the pain. So that's why they'll come after us, trying to get us to be like them. They want to make us evil like them. They want to get us over to that bad side, over to the devil's kingdom. They want to pull you out of the kingdom of heaven and bring you right on over to the dark side, the kingdom of darkness, so you can be dark with them. Because birds of a feather flock together. They all do the same things. This is why a lot of these narcissists, they have a lot of the same things in common. They have a lot of the same things in common. They're evil. And they want more evilness. Look what Satan's job, look what Satan did. This is why when you go back to the beginning, when Satan wanted to betray God, he had to conjure up a bunch of other people too, who also wanted to go against God for real, but they were scared until they had a leader that could lead them there too. That jealous spirit that they embodied too. They have to band together. This is why a lot of times narcs, they run in packs. All the people that run in packs, they really be suckers for real. By themselves, they can't stand alone. They need other people. They think that numbers matter. They think that numbers matter. Why you think in the Bible, God kept telling the Israelites, he done told David, don't be fearful of those because they're more in number than you, or because they're bigger than you. Just because someone is bigger or have more in number than you don't mean they will defeat you. They don't mean they will defeat you when you have God backing you, because God is stronger than all these people. Like, don't feel like you have to succumb to all the things that they're telling you and what they're doing. Like, you don't have to bow down to that. Like, this is why it's really important to be reading your Bible, Old Testament, heavy on that. Read Old Testament to see what they went through. Daniel, all of the chosen ones in the Bible, look at what they had to go up against. People that were supposed to be bigger than them, stronger than them, mightier than them. They wasn't just, they had boundaries. They had to learn boundaries. God had to keep telling them, I got you. Don't be dismayed. Don't be discouraged. Have courage, because I got you. I'm backing you. Be bold. Set your standing your truth. Have your boundaries. Like Daniel, he did not bow down to them kings and eat that meat that they said that they should eat. He wasn't afraid of what they was going to do. He wasn't afraid of them not liking him. And by him standing true to himself and having his boundaries of what he was not going to do, they end up favoring him. They end up having to come. They end up believing in his God. Like, who is your God that you serve? That's why it's important to stay true to yourself. It's important to stay true to who you are. It's important to set them boundaries. It's important. It's really important. Narcs wear out in the end and have nobody to rescue, even God with no contact with King Saul. Narcs don't realize Satan is merely using them, like using throw plates. He really be using them and like literally using them, and he'll toss them away too. They're so stupid. That's why it's like when you do a sound a deal with the devil, like, I don't know if y'all remember that Antichrist video. That's why that Antichrist video was like the truth, because the Antichrist has said in the video, he even was clowning. He was clowning the people who he be using. The enemy be using the same people that he will use. He tossed them away too. He will throw them away. He sets them up. They're dumb. Like, it's like to let the enemy use you like that. It's like he not for you. He only use you for when he needs you to do a certain act. And if you do that act, you might get a little reward. If you don't do the act, he gonna throw you on away. If you don't accomplish the mission that he sent you out on, he gonna throw you away too. Like, he ain't for nobody. That's why it's like you're dumb to do sign a deal with the devil. Look at what he does. Look at all the people who in the industry who sign deals with the devil to bring the masses down. Look at what's going on with Diddy and all of these people. Like, y'all sign deals with the devil for fame and money. And then look, like, he don't got your back for real. He made you thought he made you think he had your back for all this time until you got to a certain point, and then because you had a bigger fall. The higher you climb, the bigger the fall. So you thought you was coming up. You thought all those things you thought you got away with, all the deals that you had did with the devil, to bring down God's people and many people, period. All the backstabbing, deception that they did, all the innocence, the sexual things that they've done to people, stealing their innocence. Them kids coming up in the industry, what they said they did with what's his name, Justin Bieber, and all them doing that stuff with Usher and all of them stuff, all the stuff that you did. Look what happened now. Look what you're going through now. Like, it comes back on you. These narcissists, like, signing deals with the devil. You don't sign deals with the devil. It's going to backfire. And you're going to feel even worse than you felt before when you signed the deal. Because 9 times out of 10, when he come into agreement with you, you're in a weak and vulnerable state. You're in a weak and vulnerable state. Justin Bieber about to speak out. Ooh, yeah, a lot of, man. And this to see how many people he did wrong. All the people who he have done wrong. You don't get to do stuff like that. Like, it's wicked. That's what I'm saying. The world is just wicked. And then so many people just doing stuff for the dollar. Doing stuff for the dollar and for fame, for attention. That's why you never, like, attention is really something serious. Like, that's why if you have kids, you need to pay attention to your kids. Because if you don't pay attention to your kids, spend time with them, see them. When they come in to bring you flimsy little picture that they didn't drew, see it, acknowledge them. It don't matter how silly you might think it is, please acknowledge them. Because when you don't acknowledge them, they grow up and start doing anything for attention. Anything for attention. They don't care. Then they don't care if it's negative or good attention, just long as somebody finally sees them. Like, all of that old tradition stuff that they didn't taught, or to be, they didn't even what they're seen and not heard. Y'all still didn't even see them. Only see them when it's time to bathe you, feed you, and then it's like, all right, go on off somewhere now. I done fed you, I done bathed you, going off now somewhere. Like, you pay attention to what lack of attention has done to us, has done to our ops. Pay attention to what it has done. Like, not being seen, not being attended to. Like, is that her playing that music? Somebody playing some music. I don't think that's her. But pay attention to, like, pay your kids attention. It's not all about the things that you just buy. They want to spend time with you. They want your attention. They want you to see them, literally. And I think that's what a lot of these narcissistic parents, they don't understand. They don't understand, baby. It's more than, oh, I provided a house for you. I got you some clothes on your back. Like, you got to give them things that even a homeless shelter can't give them. How about that? Because a homeless shelter can give you all those things. I mean, I would know. I've been in several at this point in these past 3 years. A homeless shelter can give me that stuff. So what is it different? How do you set yourself apart as my parent? What can you give me that they cannot give me? Ask yourself that as a parent. What can you do differently? Because the shelter buy Christmas gifts too. The shelter buy Christmas gifts too. Like, you got to bring that emotional connection. And that's why there's a lot of emotionally unavailable men and women out here. People are so detached. They so detached. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I'm about to get up off of here. I really came on here to talk about, like, have some self-respect. Stop letting people treat you any kind of way. You are not the ground out here. You're not to be walked all over, spit all on. Like, literally, you will let somebody come walk you like a dog, bring you back all these STDs, and then if they say they love you, you eat it up as if they really love you. The person who bringing you, they're about to kill you. Literally, they don't love you. They bring you down. They talk down to you all the time. They tell you what you're not. They compare you to other people to make you feel less than. They don't love you. How is that love? And that's why I be talking on Instagram. Y'all follow my my Instagram is Tania Joyner University. Because I definitely be talking this, that, but it get rated R in my Instagram stories. I be definitely going in. Cause, like, you don't let people You don't let people walk you like a dog like that. Like, literal. Let people literally treat you like you this dang on trash dump out here. Like, they come go out here, get all this stuff that they get, all they trash, and they come and dump it all on you. They go out into the world, do all of these things. They come back and dump it all on you, close you up, and then go on about their business, and then till they ready to come back and dump some more stuff on you. Like, what? Like, come on now. Like, no. Like, it's just a mess. All right, I got so much stuff that I can go into because it's just a mess out here. And especially, I just be like, as the women, like, women just don't know their power. And that's one of the main things I'm here to do is tell people, period. Because as the chosen ones, we're men and women in this thing. And there's a lot of men, too, don't know their power. They're lost, too. They don't have no self-respect themselves. They've been letting people treat them. That's why you got a lot of these bums out here. A lot of these men that are bums, it's because they don't have no self-respect. They don't have no values. They have been kicked down too. They have been talked down crazy too. They have been neglected, abandoned, abused. Like, it's serious. It is serious what is going on out here. It's so serious. And that's why I just, like, this stuff just be making me want to go eat. When I'm stressed, I just want to eat. Like, and it just be like, because it saddens my soul for real to see the state that we're in as a whole. Our men, our women, as a whole. And the way, but it comes from who it first come from, the families you come from. These same boys, like, I feel bad for our boys too. Like, I mean, that's why sometimes I think I have a little compassion for them. But once you get a certain age, it's like, okay, at what point do you want to go heal? I feel for that little boy in you, but the grown man that you are, I can't feel sorry for that grown man that you are, but it's that little boy in you who this happened to and that happened to. I feel sorry for that person. That's why the youth is having a hard time grasping it too. It starts by example. Yeah. And look at who the parents are. Look at what the parents are doing out here. Especially if y'all in the cities like I am and see this stuff. And I mean, even some of the stuff that you see online. Like I was talking about with the Peach McIntyre. Like, and she's cool. I like Peach. But it's just like, you got 8 sons, bruh. And they see a bum ass daddy. Like, do you see what he's teaching? Like, he got 8 sons looking up to him, bruh. 8 sons. And he's seeing mama take care of their daddy, and daddy get to lounge around, and mommy and daddy fight all the time because of this. Literally because of, she feel like he's not doing enough. Because you have allowed it too, though. And that's why as women too, you got to take accountability for what you have allowed. What you have allowed. Why were you even okay? You should have never been taking care of this man from day one. You should have never made him comfortable from day one. You looking out for your man and taking care of him is 2 different things. We're supposed to take care of each other, but you're not supposed to be providing everything. You're not supposed to be paying all the bills as the woman. You're not supposed to be, you're the woman. You're the weaker vessel. You're the weaker vessel. You ain't supposed to be doing all that. Go back to Genesis, Adam and Eve. What were their roles? Forget everybody else that came after them. Go back to the first 2. The true example, the first 2. Go back to them 2. We ain't looking at all, because everybody in the Bible had their deceptions and all of this and all of that. Because when they got into other things that God told them not to do, stuff happened. When they got out of God's will, stuff happened. You can't tell me what will end come some kind of spell. He be looking dazed, or that boy is depressed. And I ain't gonna tell you, like I had just said on my Instagram, I think Will got a lot of things that he got going on inside. He's unmotivated. He's depressed. But first of all, dealing with Peach and all that noise, you're gonna be depressed. But the background he come from, you already heard what Peach said about his own childhood, sexual abuse that he didn't endure. These men, a lot of men go through sexual abuse in their childhood. They battling sexuality issues too. They got issues too. They just can't talk about it. They're not as open as women. Who they gonna talk to? They get in the barbershops and they don't talk about the real stuff. They get in the barbershops and got a mask for their ego. They got to talk about things that that don't really freaking matter, and they gotta fake like they into things that they really not into. They got a lot of them wear a lot of masks too, especially them hood dudes, them street niggas. Man, it just be a bunch of cap. My Instagram is Tania Joyner University. And two with them, like you said, he under some spell. Yeah, because sex, Peach be using that sex too. Using men and women be using sex. That's the biggest binding spell you can use. Sex in itself. It's the most sacred thing you can do with somebody. You're literally swapping fluids. You're entering one another. Like, and they're Jezebel and Ahab. Peach and Wood, that's Jezebel and Ahab. She's Jezebel, he's Ahab. And Ahab can't stand up to Jezebel for real. It's a lot of men like that in these relationships. They the Ahabs. Like, they the Ahabs. And this is why God said, don't get with certain women. He kept telling the children of Israel, don't you get with them Canaanite women. The type of God they serve and the powers that they use, the powers. Sex is a major tool that is used. Men use it and women use it. They use it. Use your sexual powers to trap somebody, to get them. Like, it's serious. That's why we ain't supposed to be having all this sex out here, all this wild sex, all these things for pleasure. We ain't supposed to do it. Yeah, Jezebel was like a toxic mom as well to Ahab. Yeah, it's nauseating. She was, and look at what she did. Like how. So I gotta get back into really reading like I was too, because was it Jehu one when they was saying about they was telling their son was, what was their son name? I think his name started with an A2 or something. Azariah, I think, or something like that. And they was like, your mom, they was telling you about your mom, your wicked mother. Like, yeah, when you wicked and you go on to have children, you're going to try to create wicked children. But sometimes them children rebel against your wickedness. And like this narcissistic type of thing going on. You got these toxic moms. And then when you're the one, because 9 times out of 10, the black sheep is the one that do not want to be wicked like you are. They want to be different than you. They don't want to be a whore like you. They don't want to do none of that wild stuff that they seen you do. They want to do the complete opposite. And they're like, who are you to do different than me? That's how Jezebel was. This is all spiritual things. Like, that's how Jezebel is. Like, she like, She wanted control. She wanted whatever she wanted. She don't care if she gotta paint her face to cover up and disguise herself as something she's not. Look at the pattern. Like, a lot of them women in the Bible, like deceptive, very deceptive. Good afternoon. How are you doing? I'm well. First time watching you. All right, great advice. Thanks for sharing. Hey, Linda. Thanks for joining. Yeah, it's true. Like, it's a lot of wickedness. Like I said, they definitely. Jezebel Ahab. Peach wants too much control. She don't allow him the space to be a man. But as a man too, it's like you got to. That's what I'm saying. A lot of our men need to grow some balls. You got the balls. Why are you acting like you don't? Why are you acting like you don't? Put your foot down too. That's what I'm saying. It's a lot of chosen men too. It's like men too. These men that be weak in the knees. They weak in the knees for a woman. That's why I say women don't really realize how much power we have. These men be weak in the knees for a woman. Weak in the knees. Look at Adam too. He was weak in the knees for Eve. It took him a while. When you get the reading that, it took him a while to really stand up to her for what she did. And when he finally stood up to her, she's like, how dare you talk to me like that, Adam? Like, girl, shut up, because you did. You ain't listen. Like, and this is why sometimes men do it. I mean, I've seen it. My uncle and his wife was like that. You need to stand up to your wife. Sometimes you need to stand up to her, but they so dang on weak in the knees for these women too. It's sad. They just about able punishments for each other. And that's how it is. Literally. Like, literally. It's sad. We have to. It's a lot of Jezebel and Ahab out here. It's a lot of those relationship dynamics. It's a lot of those. These men don't know how to stand up to women. And shoot, they can't even stand up to their mama. They don't even understand. It's so... I mean, I could just talk about so many different things. Like, they don't know how to stand up to their moms, because their moms Like the emotional incest that these moms have with their sons, thinking that they own their kids for life. Like, you don't own anyone. The possessiveness. Stop trying to possess people. You don't, like, you trying to capture them and hold them. You're mine. You're mine forever. No, they're not yours forever. They're not. That's why God will come shaking it on up. Let me go dump something in the way they. Let me show you. And he'll come through and take them. You think they're yours forever? No, I'm about to bring them back on up here, back on home to me. Like, they gotta stop this possessiveness. But that is a demonic trait, to possess something. You want to possess them. Like, you want to possess them. Like, control everything. You're mine. You do as I say. You do. Like, no, that's not cool. Like, let people do what they want to do. A malignant narc will attract a covert narc. And that is true. And that's how that Peach and her husband's situation is. Because she's becoming, I think she didn't cross over to the narc side. Because at first, she was definitely probably borderline. She gave borderline vibes. But when you stay in that stuff, because it doesn't get better. When you stay in that toxicity, it gets worse. And sometimes you might begin to get evil, do evil things too, but it play out in a different way. Like, it play out in a different way. Such moms need confrontation from God. Yeah, it's serious. It's serious. Like, it's about this control thing. I don't know. Why does everyone want control? It's like, and a lot of times the main people that is so controlling, they don't even have control over their own selves, their own lives. They have no discipline. They don't have their own stuff in order, but yet they want to go controlling everybody else. Like, why do people want to control somebody so bad? I just don't understand that. Why? Like, why do you want to control someone so bad? Like, chill. It's ridiculous. You don't have to try to control everyone. Let people be who they are. And when they show you who they are, that's up to you whether you want to deal with it or whether you don't. Like, but it goes both ways. There's controlling men and there's controlling women. If I cherish free will and love to see what folk rather do. You have to give them the space. Let them do what they want to do. Like, you can't, like, it's just crazy. But it's on both sides, because I see women do it to men and I see men do it to women. Like, you want to control what your partner doing, putting trackers on their car, calling them every 10 minutes when they gone, like, so you can make sure they're not doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing. Baby, don't stress yourself out like that. You're going to drive yourself crazy. Just like this Peach. She think that thyroid she got growing so big in her neck, that stress, that controllingness, you're making yourself sick. Literally making yourself sick. All this, it comes out. And a lot of times, this is God. The real reason that be behind illness is see what's coming out. And a lot of that stress and stuff, you're breeding illness in your body. That's why you got to let go and let God. Things that you can control it. And all you can really control is you. And to some extent, people can't even control themselves. Can't control your anger. Can't control your own little sexual kinks and desires and all of this. Get that under control. Say no to yourself. Practice telling yourself no. Then practice telling other people no too. Controlling gives someone an impression that they are superior like God. Which is why that's a trait of the devil, because he thought he was better than God. That's what I'm saying. When you really understand how the enemy, the first fight was between them two, and then a lot of the humans embody that spirit, so they take on those same traits. Like, it's a form of jealousy against God being manifested, the need for control. Yeah, like, just chill. And it's so hard to do too, because I think too, when you come up in like certain environments and when you feel like at a point you did have control, especially what happens to people, like, you got to realize sometimes people, what you go through in your life, it's major. What you go through as a child growing up, and places you think where you realize I didn't have control at this. And if I did have more control, if I did this wouldn't have happened to me, or this would have happened to my family or my mom. So now you get into a space where I think it just be like, I'm going to make sure this never happens again. So I'm going to control everything the best way I can so that this doesn't happen. And you just end up stressing yourself out, driving yourself crazy. It really is. It is. Honestly, it's such a headache and troublesome to have everything in control. Because you just be like, it really do. It give you a dang old headache. It just be like, whatever. Like, and I think that's why for me, part of this journey has just been like, God has had to teach me to let up control, because I wanted to control everything too. Just like, I don't want this to happen and I don't want that to happen. Like, but it's like, just, I don't care. And I think that's why now I'm just like, I don't care about nothing no more. And sometimes people think, like, you just too carefree. No, I just don't care. Like, whatever happens, it's supposed to happen. And because God is now in control of my life, it's just like, whatever. Like, if you feel like I'm supposed to be here right now, all right, fine. Because I don't care no more. I'm tired. It's exhausting when you want to control something so bad. You exhaust yourself. It's exhausting. You're stressing. You got anxiety. There's no good that comes with it. There's sometimes nothing liberating than to think that God alone has everything in control. Exactly. It does. Because it'd be like, why am I worried about this? And then a lot of times the things that you be trying to control and you so worried about, stressed out about, it's like, you worry for nothing. And if it's supposed to be for you, it's going to be for you. If you're supposed to be at this place, you're going to be there. Like, I work with whoever, baby. I work with whoever really know that they ready to make a change and to grow, and they need help. And really, like, I got a lot of stuff that I really want to do for the youth. But this my coaching session on here is for whoever. There's no age limit to this. Like, it really is not. If it's a 9-year-old, because like I told you, I really want to get the kids before they get all corrupt like these adults. So yeah, it's no age limit on it. Like, these little kids I run into out here in the streets, like, my heart is with them, because I already told y'all I'm exhausted with these adults. They exhaust me, because it's better to get to the dang on kids. So no, it's no age limit. Extremely exhausting. When you chase something, it will always run. It will. That's why, like, you literally have to master the law of detachment. Just think about it. Stuff, when you stop worrying about something, it's like all of a sudden everything just fall into place. Like, literally, when you stop chasing after something, it's like it just comes to you. Like, the law of detachment is real. Like, stop fixating on it so much and stop worrying about it all day, every day. And it'll just, like, come. Like, it'll just come. It directly falls into your lap. That's another, my daughter's 15, going on 16 with 10. It does take a village. It definitely takes a village. And there's some things that, man, I didn't realize my phone had to be done. And it's some things that, like, teens go through stuff. A lot of the people be battling stuff with things from their teens. And I think that's why I have a special place in my heart for teenagers, because I know what I was going through mentally as a teenager, feeling alone as a teenager. You got parents that's at work all the time, and when they not at work, they still don't care to spend no time with you, see you. And even still, just stuff that they're seeing their parents go through. Like I was saying with Peach, like, her son is in high school, and the instability, we everything we does affect our children. Moving all over the place, that affects your children. Fights between you and their dad or mom, that affects them. Things that's going on with them and their siblings, that's affecting them. They're at school. They're dealing with a whole different beast at school, alone, outside of their family. They're dealing with stuff at school. And it's like, people don't register that kids are they can be depressed. Kids can be depressed. They have a right to be depressed too. And look at who the parents are out here a lot of these times. Why would they not be depressed? They're going through things too. Battles that you don't even know. Because they might not even want to tell you. They might be ashamed. They might not want you to get involved. Stuff that they're going through at school, they might be like, I don't even want, like, this is happening in school. But if I come and tell my parents, they might know that their parent is a hothead. They know that my parents will probably come up here and blast the whole school up. I don't want them to go to jail. So now they just like, I'm going to keep all this stuff to myself. Like, it's a lot that people go through out here, especially these kids. They're affected by it. And this is why, too, as parents, that's what I be trying to tell my daughter's dads and them. Like, y'all need to separate. Like, we have children. So all your personal feelings, stop letting the personal stuff affect the business that we have, which is taking care of our daughter. Like, because you trying to hurt me by not getting her and all of this. You're hurting your child, because I don't give a damn if I ever see you again. But she does. Like, she does. So you're hurting her. Like, your games and tactics that these narcissists like to play for control, bruh, you're hurting the one thing that really matters, which is our child. That's who's hurting from this. Narc parents provided a lot of isolation to their kids, and God used that thing for my good. Yes. Yes. And see, it can go two ways, because sometimes these kids, when they got two kids with idle time, ain't no good too. They get to getting into stuff that they shouldn't be doing, getting on sites that they shouldn't be on, going, finding boyfriends and girlfriends, getting involved into gangs and little activities. That's where they get to they get to go into confide in their friends, their peers. And then once you get to listening to your peers, who they know nothing, just like you know nothing, and then depending on what background they come from, everybody come from different walks of life. So if your child spend a lot of time alone, and then he end up hooking up with the wrong boyfriend or wrong girlfriend or wrong group of friends, and they come from a different type of lifestyle where certain things is okay in their household, and they come from these wicked households, and now they bringing that stuff onto your child, and you wonder why your child come on saying this, acting like this. It's who they associate themselves with. Like, a child has to grow up and become a parent himself and take care that their infant, like parents, don't get agitated and cry like disturbed babies. These dads have more hate for the mother than they have love for the children. They do. These dads hate themselves. But that's the thing too. It's a lot of self-hatred. You'd be surprised the people that hate themselves. A lot of these men have a lot of self-hatred, because a lot of these men, they got a lot of battles within that they're hiding, that they're in the closet about a lot of stuff. They can't come to terms with who they really are. They cannot live authentically. They can't live for themselves. Especially these men who got these overbearing, toxic, narcissistic mothers. Like, they can't even live for themselves. They're not allowed to think for themselves because they're still under narcissistic control. A lot of narcissists out here, they come from narcissistic backgrounds too. They just decided to go and be just like their narcissistic parent, versus us who wanted to be different than them. But when you under that type of control, you're still being brainwashed. You still can't live for yourself, because you're living to please mommy, and you're living to please daddy. You're living to please the world. So anytime you're living to please other people, you're always going to feel low inside, because you're not living for you. You're not doing things that genuinely make you happy. You have to do things so that you can get the approval from them. And that does not make you happy. That's why you don't seek approval and validation from external sources. Only approval you need is the Lord's approval. And that's why a lot of these dads, they got so much hate. They hate themselves. Why do you think they self-destruct? They self-destruct because they hate themselves. Like, you got to hate yourself to, like, a lot of these men too, they don't feel good about themselves. It's the same with them. Nobody told them that they looked decent when they was kids. They didn't tell them nothing. They was important to either. So they going around, and this is why they go get with us empathic women or men. They go get with those people who will tell them everything that they never heard their parents tell them. And that's the things that they like about you. They like that you see something in them that no one else saw in them. They like that. Because they mamas ain't tell them that. They mama was too busy out here. I don't keep it PG. My baby days link up with my knock mom to come against me. Mine too, girl. They so clowned out. Like, they so clowned out. They too busy trying to come for you. Their focus always is on the wrong thing. Their focus is always on the wrong thing. And it's sad. It's like sad. They don't even see that, but they can't. That's them little persistent little devils that lives inside of them. That all they want to do is destroy someone else, because they're destroyed inside. They're miserable. Narcissists hate themselves. They're the epitome of self-hatred. If you Google self-hatred, you're going to see all their pictures right there. Literally. Go to photos, you're going to see all their pictures. What does self-hatred look like? Put all their pictures up there. Like, literally. Like, it's sad. It is so sad. It's pathetic. It's pathetic, y'all. Like, I can't. Yeah, and it's like, and it is hard because I'm dealing with that with my 8-year-old. Like I be trying to, but she see, like, the thing is that I love about her is she sees it and she's not biased. She loves her dad. She loves him, and she even tell me, Mom, like, you were wrong about this. You shouldn't do this. Like she's not stupid, and I love that for her. Like she hasn't been brainwashed, because I don't sit here trying to brainwash her to agree with me and be on my side about things. I let her see for herself. Let her see. That's why she's been, her going to be able to be with her dad for a while. It let her see what he got going on over there, what he does. And when she's with me, she's able to see what I got going on and what I do. So now she's able to see. But at one point they'll get when they grow up, like you, just like we have had to. But hopefully, I don't know, because it's challenging, because it really is challenging, because it can go two ways. They can understand, or they might be so brainwashed, depending on how much time they spend over there with a narcissist who does nothing but want to brainwash other people to think like they think, so that they can have more minions to join on their bandwagon to come up against you. So it's definitely challenging. It's definitely challenging. And when they do, they don't even really love their kids. Like these narcissists, they don't love themselves. So if you don't love yourself, you can't possibly love anything outside of you either. They think their kids are just extensions of them. They don't, so, and if you're an extension of me, if I hate myself, you're supposed to hate yourself too. Like, and you're supposed to hate who I hate, or love who I love, or do what I do. Live the life that I couldn't live. But literally, their unfulfilled dreams and stuff, they be wanting their kids to go off, and I'll be on here all day talking about these fools, because they need to just go somewhere. That's why I be like, God, just come back and take this, like, start it all over. And this time, no narcissists. Do not let the enemy live no more. When is his day gonna come? Because I knew, I read in that Bible where after so many years, he wasn't gonna be able to live no more. Put Satan back and get him back to the abyss where he belongs, so he do not come and wreak havoc on the humans no more. Like, it has to stop at some point, but they be too busy trying to destroy other people, that they can't see how in the process, the very pit that you're digging for someone else, you're gonna fall into that very pit. They're stupid. That's why I don't even understand narcissists, because all that they do, it backfires on them. It backfires, especially when they come against a chosen one that has woke up and that has learned their powers. Oh yeah, to come up against me at this point, you're stupid. It's like they did. You call yourself trying to hurt me with going to get a restraining order and all this stuff. You're so stupid, because you didn't even show up, because you have no case against me. You guys never do. You will not win. Even if you did come, if you did show up, you wouldn't have had nothing, because you're lie. All they do is lie anyway. You have no evidence. And they love to play these court games and stuff, but then they come with nonsense. I'll be praying to lead me to other mothers who know how to handle business, and we get a 6-bedroom house that makes up the shade, create a village of our own, and argue about who's going to do the dishes. And they make life so hard. Literally, they do. It's like because they're actively, they're assigned to work against you. So even if it's in the small, and that's where these covert narcissists come in at, because see, they work in the small little ways. Like, they do small stuff that it don't seem like, because it don't seem as blatant as like them over the top ones, them overt narcissists. They're not as loud like the malignant narcissists and all of that. So it's different. The covert narcissist is the worst kind, because they do subtle little things to bother you. And they just be like, I'd rather just not deal with you at all. Like, it's best not to have to deal with these people. It's best not to deal with these people, because they do small things that they know, like little small stuff. And it's really not small. It's small, but to you, like, it'd be like, you know what you're doing, because you know stuff like that I don't like. So it's sad. It's sad. Like, it's sad. But it's so many of them that exist. It's so many of them. And this is why it makes it scary to even date again, because you be like, I don't want to run into another you. I done ran into so many of yous that I don't want to run into another one. I forgot. I gotta go back in here. But let me get off of here, y'all, because I'm in here. I always say I'm gonna just get on here for like 20 minutes. And I already know I'm gonna be longer than that. Your reaction is the compensation. It is. It is. It'd be so hard though, and that's why God keep having me work on my anger and stuff, because I be ready to just. But that's what they want. They want some type of reaction. You got to starve them. They're like a parasite. The only way to get rid of a parasite, you got to starve it. You got to starve it. That's what they hate now. When you pay them dust, pay them no attention, because that's what they crave. They attention seekers. They want some type of attention. They don't care if it's good or bad attention, as long as they get some type of attention. That's what I'm saying. It's sad. Like, all I can do is scratch my neck, because it's just like, it's sad. They just do something for a reaction, like. They make life, and it just makes you don't want to deal with them at all. But it's like, that's how I be caught in between. Like, sometimes, but because of what I lack, once again, I didn't have my dad. So I want my kids to have their dad. And see, these men, they know that. And they play on that. They know, like, yo, you ain't had no daddy. You really want your kids to have a daddy. So you're going to have to deal with whatever I come with for them to have a daddy. Like, you lucky it's about my kids, because if I really wanted to be selfish, I would like, shoot, they just gonna have to have no daddy just like me. But I want them to have the dad. But if y'all make it so difficult to want to deal with you, like, they make it so difficult to deal with them. It be like, man, y'all not about to have no dad. Y'all want to wait till y'all get older. Because it's really about to be a point where y'all not gonna have no dad, because I'm gonna have to send a hit. I want to say nah. Like, and that's the challenge part. It says, do you think it's worth having a narc father though? Wouldn't it be more harmful? It can. It really can. And that's the hard part, because it's like, is it better with or without you? Because, like, what do you really bring to the equation? Just like, is your presence, but sometimes that's all a kid need when they, like, depending on it. I'm not gonna say that's all they need, but as a child, they want to just see. They want to just be able to be in the presence of a man. Look how these grown women these days, they just want to be, I don't care. He don't have to come with nothing but his time. I just need his presence, because the man's presence does speak without him having to say anything. It does. It does. So it's like, it's challenging, but it's like when this same toxic person is pouring poison into the child, at that point, it's like, no. It's like, no, you're not. It's not worth you being around. If you're pouring, it's why it's like the level of narcissism that you're dealing with these people, because not all of them play out in the same exact way to the magnitude, but it is, and that's the hard part of choosing. Is it better without you or with you? And a lot of times it is end up growing up. It is end up better to just go without, but then it's like your kid. That's what I think about with my daughters. It's like, I don't want y'all growing up and then being like me, who you just want to be in, you want the presence of a man because you never knew what the presence of a man was like. And then you get to going out here just being with anything, and, which is why, but I'm going to educate them. But at the same time, it's like when your kids get teenage years and they just, like, sometimes, we could talk to them all they want, but they got voids within them that they need filled. And it's like, you might can't fill that void that they have when it comes to that man aspect in their life. So that's why it's so challenging. That's why I just wish these losers would wake up and grow up and be what they need to be, because they make it difficult. Like, and you're right, they may have his presence, but he's still absent. And it's like, you're just there for nothing. Because that's how even narcissistic mothers are like that. You're there, but you're not. You're not emotionally invested into me. You're not paying attention to me. I'm just there. That's how my daughter was. You at your dad's house, but you're just upstairs by yourself most of the time. Like, you're upstairs by yourself. And that's why I'm like, just bring my daughter back with me. She better be with me. She don't need to be over there with you, because you act like you don't want her anyway. So bring her home with me. Let her come with me. Like, yeah, stuff ain't all the way, because we still ain't stable. I ain't got no house for real. But it's still better for her to be with me because she feels my presence and I'm actually available in all ways, shapes, and forms. She don't just have a house to come to and then you keep her upstairs and you go down there and you down there. You're not in tune with her. You're not present. Like, and God will fill the void. God will definitely fill the void, but even with that, it's a process to come in with that too, because it's been a journey. Like, I had to go through this whole experience to even fully let God in, like to fully trust God with my life, because I have trust issues. So all of it, it's such a process. It's like, it's really a process. It says, let me go back and read. It's not worth it. Too many of us end up on the news trying to co-parent with a narc. We definitely do. It's hard, and that's why you just gotta you know what you can. If it's too much to bear, like if they're literally that difficult to work with, then yeah, you got to, for the sake of your own peace, they gotta go. They chose that side by being stupid like they be being. Oh wait, let me go like that. I've heard her dad talk about my baby hairstyle when he barely even be around. You shouldn't have nothing to say about her appearance other than you're beautiful. Right. And a lot of times it be like an attack on you though. See, but they don't realize it's hurting the child. Like, it's an attack on you. Like what he said, because it's like your mother is the one who got that hairstyle done for you. So it's they're so stupid. They gotta grow up. It's an attack on you. He not necessarily attacking her per se, but he is attacking her at the end of the day. He's attacking her because, like, she's the one with the hairstyle. So if you're saying something bad about my hairstyle, you're talking about me then. But really, the intention behind it is to hurt you as the mom. Like, like you said before, they be so focused on hating the mother that they don't realize by hating the mother so bad, it's pouring onto your child. They're so stupid. Chipping at her self-esteem when you're already inconsistent. It's like he's trying to groom her to be acceptable to narc men when she gets older. And in that case, yeah, you do got to keep your baby to yourself, because you're not going to tear my baby down. Like, and God is who you need, because see, the way God works, because he'll know the areas that you suffer in. And it's just so funny how he'll send random people out to reassure you in certain areas. Like, that's how God really does work through. He works through us too. He works through humans too, because like in an area like you might be with a man who do nothing but try to tear you down, but you'll go out in the public and many people speak to you. Many people are like, oh, you beautiful. Oh, I love your hair. Or these things. And you might not even receive it because you're so used to being torn down by these narcissistic individuals. But that's because, and a lot of times the things that these narcissists attack in you, a lot of times the things that they attack are things that they envy about you. They know those are good attributes about you, but they don't want you to know that. They want you to feel weak in that area. So they do that stuff on purpose. They're so stupid. Just like they attack my mothering a lot. You guys all envy my mothering because I'm a better mother than what y'all had. And for my mama, definitely better mother than she is. Or than she was. She provided. I'm not gonna say she didn't provide, but on an emotional tip, on actually being there, interacting with your kids, knowing what your kids like, stuff like that, like the day-to-day, not the once a year vacations and the how much money you can dish out for this type of thing. Like, they equate love to money. I don't equate love to money. Like, it's several love languages. I don't equate it to that. So, and that's the thing that they'll envy. That's why that's the thing that they keep attacking. They'll call CPS, play these games, try to take you to court for fake custody. No, you don't really want your kids. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And that's why it's important though. You pour into your kids and teach her. Like, you got to educate them. And if you sit around watching videos on narcissism, have her sitting there learning too. They got to start learning young so they can tell. Because it's many people gonna be trying to chip away at these kids' self-esteem. They dealing with it at home, at school, Like, that's why you got to educate them. You constantly tell them who they are. Like, tell them who God sees them as. Don't matter what these people say about you. That's why for my daughter, because she's dark skinned, I know that in the world, you know, they like to come against dark skinned girls and come against dark skin. Nah, I make sure I tell my daughter all the time, you beautiful. Tell her all the time, I always compliment her. Always show her who she is. Because even like the little girls at school, they tried to come for my baby. Well, one of the little girls. But come to find out, you was envious of my daughter. Like, you wanted what she got because you came back to school with them beads. You tried to talk about her hair, but then you came back to school. Once my daughter took the beads out, you come back to school with those gold beads in your head. Just say that you liked what she had, and you like how she always get the different hairstyles in her hair. You like just say that you give props, give credit what credit due. Like, and my daughter did tell me that the girl ended up apologizing to her and told her that she really does like her style and stuff. And now her and the girl, they cool, whatever. And you know me, I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's cool, and I'm glad that the girl apologized, but you still keep your eye on that little girl, like, because a lot of times they get that from their mama. They hear they gossiping, hating mama sitting around chatting about everybody, so they get that same spirit, or their mama might talk down to them. And that's what I'm saying. A lot of this stuff, they mamas and daddies be their first bullies. When you have these narcissistic parents, they your first bully. Then you go to school, try and bully other kids and talk about other kids because somebody at home talking about you. My daughter is 12, so she does her own hair, and I allow it to help her build her up. I even let her do my hair, and I wear it in public to build her up. She practices braiding to be better. Oh, yes, that's nice. That's cute. That's cute. And you do. Shoot, let her practice on you. So he was coming for her work, her own hands did, and didn't even know it. Right. And see, stuff like that, you supposed to, at that age, that's where you're starting to build their confidence. You start to build up their self-esteem that way. Oh, so she does. Okay, she's doing her own hair. Yeah, and stuff like that, sir. You're supposed to be like, that's good, baby. Just keep at it. And the more you keep at it, it's going to keep on getting better, because that's how everybody is. Everybody starts with braiding like that. And the more they keep doing it, the better that they get. The more defined their lines get, the more seamless their techniques get. Everybody, none of us starts out with nothing that we do that we're great at. We didn't start out great. We just started. You just started. You don't start out great. You just start. You got a little skill to you, and then you just keep on doing it over time, and you perfect your craft. And that's why you got to keep pouring that into her. Tell her dad, he just a hater because he don't got no motion. Your dad don't have no motion. he can't do nothing with his bare hands. How about that? He can't build nothing with his hands. And that's why he made that you can create with your hands, and he can like don't play with her. And that's how you just keep reinforcing her. And that's why it is like, you ultimately, that stuff, you really have to just pray to God about what to do with that situation. And it be hard, because I know me, I be ready I'm a runner, so I be ready to, I'll take my kids and dip. I'll be ready to take my kids, and we will get on. They already know we will get on with our life like we did the last time. And then y'all want to try to make me feel bad. Oh, you took the kids. That's what this goofy gonna put in that police report that day. He gonna say she already took my daughter in 2021. First of all, wrong year. Dummy. Like, get your facts straight. Like, they're clowns, and that's why I like laughing them out and clowning them out and telling them who they are, and keep making them feel like the scum of the earth that they are. It'd be kind of fun trolling them. It do. I'm not gonna lie, it'd be fun trolling them, because they're so pathetic. Like, they're such clowns that you gotta laugh at them. Like, you guys look ridiculous. Your tactics that you use are ridiculous. Like, come on, come harder. And that's why they get mad and go back, running like the little suckers they are, back to their corner, to the drawing board, to try to come up with another scheme to come against you again. It just be like, bruh, just stop. They're very persistent. They're very persistent. And that's why we have to be just as persistent and knowing who we are, persistent at keep on fighting against them in the best ways that we know how, setting our boundaries. We got to be persistent with those boundaries. Keep them boundaries in place. Yeah, I be crying at these. I hope you be saying you crying, laughing. Don't be crying real tears and sadness about them. They are jokes. Like, they are jokes. And that's why they get like a piece seeing that. I ain't gonna say a piece. They get like a fake little happiness to them when they see that they are able to affect you and hurt you like that. That's why you never let them see you sweat. Never let them see you sweat. Like, or don't be crying no tears over these fools. Like, make them cry the tears. And see, I think that's what my BPD kicking at, because I'm gonna give you back what you put out, and I'm gonna hurt your feelings. If you hurt my baby feelings, I'm gonna kick you down. Like, I'm gonna kick you down, and I'll be hitting them where it hurt. Like, I'll come for you and your mama, your everybody, but definitely you. I don't even have to talk about. I can just come for you alone and get you right where it hurt. And that's why they be so mad. That's why I like my little BPD a little bit, because baby, I can hit you right where it hurt. I can hit you right where it hurt too, and point out all your flaws. Point out his flaws to him, and talk about his. Let me stop. I ain't gonna teach y'all how to be toxic, but because it's really toxic. I don't like having to be toxic, but with these type of people, it's like they need to be humbled. They need to be humbled. So let me humble you. Definitely let me humble you. You know, but let me get out of here, y'all. Baby girl be all right. You just keep pouring into her. Don't worry about what these fools be saying. Keep lifting her up. Keep lifting her up and making sure she always believes in herself, and so she can have that self-respect that she needs to have, and that she knows how to place those boundaries. And she even too, tell her to speak up for herself. If her dad is making her feel a certain type of way, tell her to speak for herself, because that's what I'm teaching my daughter. Like, if you feel a type of way, tell him. Don't be scared of him. Don't be scared. You don't got nothing to be scared of, because if your dad do this to you, see, I'm not scared of no narcissist out here. I'm not scared of no man out here, because baby, you bleed like I bleed. And if you come for my daughter, and that's the thing, that's why I be trying to like keep the distance. Because first of all, these dudes, they know I'm crazy for real, nigga. I don't care about all of that stuff. When they come to my kids, baby, you can get got for real. Like, and they do. They be scared. I be telling my daughter that too. Like, I know he might be big and, intimidating, but he's a sucker. Like, he's literally a sucker. So, like, tell him if you don't like it. Speak up for yourself. But once again, kids want that acceptance from their dad. They want to be loved. They don't, she be like, I don't want to hurt his feelings. Girl, F his feelings. You are the kid, not him. Your feelings matter, not his. He's grown. He's grown. Now he got a little boy inside of him that's weak. But he's grown. Tell him how you feel. Your feelings matter. You're the child. He's the adult. He needs to be making sure you feel safe. You feel okay. You feel confident. Not the other way around. You ain't here to stroke his ego. He got enough of them sissy-fied women that he got out here trying to stroke his ego, and they doing a horrible job at it. They need to stop it, because when you stroke their ego, and that ego is a false sense of self, all you're doing is feeding into their delusions, feeding into that mask that they wearing. And that's where I come in at. I come in and destroy all that mess. Destroy that ego. That's not who you really are. You're really a weak, coward sucker. That's who you are. So let me tell you who you are. And let me show you why you are this way. Because of this, that, and that. And that's why they be mad. So, my daughter, your mama got your back, and your mama not scared of your daddy. Your mama's not scared of him at all. Neither of your dads. I'm not scared of them. Like, it's nothing to be scared of. I ain't scared of them. And not at all. Baby, you bleed like I bleed. You don't want no smoke. For real. And then they get to tell her, your mother's crazy, and if she do this again, she's going to jail. No, I'm going to put you in jail. How about that? Don't play with my daughter. Don't tell her. Like, they do petty stuff. Don't do nothing petty. Yeah. I think children want to talk more often to each other. Yeah, we definitely do, because we go through we out here fighting for our life. Going. We coming up against all these demon seeds out here. We be fighting for our life. But one thing about it, God be backing me, and that's I stay to myself. So when I know I'm not wrong, I don't feel bad at all. Yeah, she said we need to live together. We do, to come up against them. Like, but we have to be strengthened and understand that we don't need to fear them. We don't need to be scared of them. Like, they should be more afraid of you and the God you serve, because of who you serve. They should be more afraid of you than you are of them. You should be sending them crying, because they are the real weak links. And that's the thing, I think with chosen ones, that's why God sends us through so much stuff, so we can toughen up. A lot of us too, we act weak, and we're not. Like, toughen up. Don't let them send you crying in the corner. Send them crying in the corner. You can defeat them. It don't matter what they look like. Don't think that I don't care. And I think that's why God sent me here, to help the chosen ones toughen up. Because we'll go up against them. I'll fight up against them. I'll come against you in court, because you know I'm going to come with the facts. I'm going to have you, the judge, the jury, everybody. Like, come on, you want to go up. And that's why they don't really want to go up against me for real. Y'all don't want to go up against. That's why you don't show up to court. Because you know this is bogus. And you know I'm going to clear you. I'm going to clear the whole courtroom. I'm going to clear the whole courtroom. Like, don't play with me. And damn sure don't play with my child. That's why now. And you feel stupid. He feels so stupid. That's why he's afraid. You're afraid. You feel afraid to even confront me, sucker. Like, you can't even come face to face with me because you're scared, as you should be. Because you should never try to play with me in the first place. I be trying to reach out, but I think a lot of us are resistant to friendships. We really are resistant. Like, we really are resistant. But my hope is to eventually get. Yeah, we gonna have to do that. We need to flip some tables, huh? Yeah. Gotta flip them tables. Like, you do, because with narcissists, you have to mirror them. And this is what folk like me that got BPD, that's what we come in at. We mirror them. And even though we really don't want to be mean like that to them, but for them, you gotta mirror them. That same way that they acting towards you, okay, let me treat you like that, so you can see how it feels. And that's why they get upset, and they get the realize, like, dang, nobody ever, they not used to you. That's why when they get with me, they like, who the heck you think? And nobody ever said these things to me. I done had so many men tell me that, like, ain't nobody ever told me that. Yeah, that's the problem. I don't know what these women are, they up here making you feel like you King Tut, you King David, you King Solomon. They making you feel like you these kings, and you're not. You're a sucker. You're the peasant, sir. So don't keep coming around here acting like you this king, and everybody supposed to put you on this pedestal. And no. I'm going to kick you down here where you belong, because that's what you acting like. And you want to act like a king, I'll treat you like one. But when you want to start acting like you the op, okay, let me kick you down, like, because I'm going to kick a op. I'm going to kick you, stump you down. So if you pick your side, pick your side. Pick your side. Like, yeah, we do. And I definitely be resistant. I be like, because I don't trust nobody. I be like, I don't know. People be coming because people be acting like they want to be cool with you, and they get it's just because I constantly experience this. I constantly experience betrayal. So it just be like, every time, it don't matter where I'm at. I mean, even up here at the office and stuff, I be like, you were just talking to me, and now all of a sudden you got such this hate toward you, got this, and I didn't even do nothing. Like, I don't know if it's because, like, the one girl, she had literally, she came knocking on my door to introduce herself to me, literally that first day, and I was cool. I didn't invite her in my room or nothing. Like, I'm like, because I don't do all that. Like, just because it take me a while to open up to people. I don't just, like, you can't just, I meet you today and then we just hanging every single day, baby. It's like baby steps. Like, I don't just easily let people into my life like that. So with her, she got attitude with me. Like, I be like, girl, what I do to you? And it was the same way with that other little stud joint that's in the other room. I don't know. I guess if I don't bite like they be wanting me to, then I guess it makes them end up being mad or something. But then they get the acting weird, and I'm like, I don't care. I'm so used to it. Like, and that's how it is. Real chosen ones, we do want everybody to win. You know, we really do. We don't have that spirit of, it's a competition. Is that, and then for me, I don't like internet stuff, so I gotta organically meet you. Like, that's what I tell God all the time. If it's meant for me to meet anybody off the internet, like, besides if it's like business, and we doing a business meetup, that's different. But if it's like organic friendships and stuff like that, it'd be like, you better find a way for us to end up meeting organically. Like, I met my one sis, we ended up meeting at the shelter, but she knew me from off of here on YouTube, and I was like, all right, see, God know, like, and now, me and her, we talk and stuff. Like, we started chilling, hanging out together, going to lunch and stuff. So yeah, it was organic like that. Because this internet stuff, I'm telling y'all, it be too much. And they'll come. It's just been too much with this internet stuff for me. Like, people be messaging you saying this, then they get the turning on you and stuff. It's just crazy. The same thing they love about you be the same thing they hate about you. Like, I be like, that's weird. It's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy. And I always deal with that. And then I'm like, girl. And literally the other day, and I was in there, I was making me a little smoothie thing. When I tell you, the girl be scowling at me. It's like a scowl that she does. And I'm like, girl, what did I do to you? But really, I don't care, because you just mad because I don't know. I don't know what you expected. I just don't know. And I really don't care to know, honestly. I just know that you're pathetic, and just stay over there. It's a reason why I did not let you in my room. This right here is the exact reason why I don't be letting people in. You got to prove yourself. You got to just do your own thing. Let me just see you doing your thing. Just be genuine. Like, you don't got to try to press up on me and none of that. Just do your own thing within time. I'll let you in if I feel like that. But a lot of times, if I ain't letting you in, and this is like if I'm around you in person, it's something that I'm feeling. My spirit is not feeling it. But a lot of us do be resistant because we've been hurt so much. So we got trust issues. And yes, always take it slow, improve the spirit. And that's what I've learned too. My number one lesson, because especially when it comes to relationships, people like that's trying to rush everything. Why we gotta rush, baby? Take it slow. Like, we don't have to rush. We don't have to rush everything. Take it slow, and in due time we'll see. We don't have to rush and do all this. Rush to become BFFs, or rush to be, husband and wife, boyfriend. We don't have to rush. Like, just get to know each other. Take time. That's all it is. And I realize people who want to rush everything, and those be the main people you got to watch out for. Be careful of people who want to rush everything. Rush everything. And I've even had to learn that too, with me moving fast, because I've always been fast. Move fast in relationships, get with the man. All right, now here we go, about to have a baby too fast. I ain't get to know you. And then when I get to know you, I realize, I don't really like you. This is why it's important for us to get to know people. Don't be moving all fast with them. Like, don't be moving all fast with them, because we don't get a chance to know them. You do not get a chance to know them. And then even like certain things, if you listen more and talk less, you'll realize like this person, they said a lot of things that rubbed you the wrong way in the beginning, and you like, it's like, all right, I'm gonna pass it by. I'm gonna bypass it, and realize that no, you should have listened to what they said, because a lot of times they be telling on themselves in the very beginning, especially when it comes to these relationships with these men. They be snitching on themselves too. But yeah, let me get up out here. My phone about to die. I've been on here for a long time. I ain't put the clothes in the dryer yet, so let me go, because then I gotta get the kids out of school soon. But I'm gonna be back on here sooner than later. I ain't gonna say when, because I really don't know. But I was like, I gotta come on here and go live and talk about this whole self-respect thing, and I'm gonna come back and talk more. We're gonna be just talking a lot about this, because we got to have that as women. Like, know your worth, baby, and add tax. Know your worth. And don't be letting people treat you like you are not this ground out here. Like, look what people do to the ground. Are you the ground? People go get dirt like a doormat. Like, you let people go do all they dirt, and then come dump it all back on you. Look how many women have died. Look how many women have died of HIV and stuff, because they let their man go out here and sleep around and do this and do that, and then bring it right back onto you. And now he's killing you. Look at this. Like, and that's just like, look, it's not okay. It's not okay. So, that smells good. All right, let me get these dryer sheets. All right, but I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a blessed and prosperous day. Let me blow y'all a kiss. Hold on for the key right here. Mwah!